Our first guest today, Jordan Sauers, is a city councilwoman representing North Glen Ward 1, an area that her immediate and extended family have lived in since 1963. She's a Daniels Scholar and a graduate of the University of Denver, where she double majored in sociology and communication studies and double minored in gender and women's studies and socio-legal studies. Jordan also ran for city council because she had nothing else to do. At 23, she has held numerous fellowships, including the Governor's Office and the Colorado Secretary of State's Office, and has extensive experience working with nonprofit and political organizations. Recently, she was awarded the Emerge America Trailblazer Award, which honors alumna from the Emerge program who aren't afraid to go their own way and shatter glass ceilings. So I am honored to welcome Jordan Sauers. Thank you for coming on today.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. When Deanna asked you to come on, I was a little nervous because I felt embarrassed. We're from the same city, North Glen. You're 23,
Wonderful.
and I'm 20, and you've done way more than I have in that 3 years difference. So I was like,
You
you're
have
going to make me look
time.
bad.
No, you have enough time.
So you've done a lot. So talk
Yes.
about a little bit, we've mentioned some of the things, but what else have you done? Expand on those things.
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest accomplishments as far as being elected to city council, you know, running at 23, looking back at 23 and thinking the courage I had to set forth, hit the pavement and start knocking doors and think, I mean, really, what's the difference between Secretary Clinton and I anyway? You know, I mean, I can be elected just as she was. And I think that was one of the biggest accomplishments in my life and the thing that I have enjoyed the most thus far. You know, I was a Daniels Fund Scholar, as mentioned prior, and Bill Daniels' legacy was always to give back to the community that had given so much to you. And after going to the University of Denver on that scholarship, I knew that I had a different path in life to create a big difference. And I'm lucky to have been able to do so in North Glen.
Awesome.
Nice. Where did that come from, that drive to go out and say, you know, I'm out of college, I'm 23, I'm going to go run for office?
Yeah.
Was that always on your mind that you're going to run for politics and get involved in that way? Or did it just kind of hit you one day? What was the impetus for that?
Yeah, I think first it was being a Daniels Fund Scholar and understanding that I needed to give back to the world and how was I going to do so. Mm-hmm. And then thinking, where can I do the most difference right now? And it was definitely working on policy and running for office. And then I was a part of Emerge, which trains women to run for office. And it was one of those thoughts that how could I encourage other women to run for office if I wasn't willing to take the chance myself? But most importantly, a woman of color as well. And you know, at 23, everyone was like, oh, I don't know. You're so young, I don't know if they're going to be very receptive. And I thought to myself that if you win, great, we learn. You lose, we learn, you know, and not only do women learn, Latinas learn, and then we can do better next time kind of mentality. So it was definitely saying, I can't encourage if I'm not willing to take the risk myself.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
And what are some of the things you've tried to do in that city council role now in North Glen?
Yeah, definitely. I really enjoyed, as we discussed prior, was this rebranding of the city logo, kind of just switching it up. My family had moved there since the 60s, and it was one of those things that we always had that old logo that I was really excited to see a different wave, a new color coming forth. Another thing that we worked really heavily on was bringing movies to the park, but not just a movie with Spanish subtitles, to bring in a demographic much like myself and my family to feel comfortable to be able to be at the park and converse with everyone and feel comfortable to be there.
And one of my favorite movies too,
Yeah.
Minions.
Love the
Minions, I think, brings people together. That was a good choice. So.
Yes, and I speak their own little dialogue anyway that you really aren't able to understand, so the
Yeah.
subtitles help in a lot of different ways.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You know, I was having breakfast with friends this weekend, and two millennials in the group wanting to know, okay, I went to this women's march that we just had. There's so much going on in the world. I want to get involved, but I don't know, okay, what's next? And so, you know, you did that, and you're doing it.
Yeah.
What would you say to other millennials, other young people that are saying, okay, now what? What do I do? And how do I get involved locally? So
Definitely, I believe the local level is where it all begins,
Yeah.
and it's very important. I think sometimes people focus so much on federal and state that they kind of think the local level doesn't do much. We do a lot, and one thing that's great about the local level is we touch our constituents every day. We see them, we live with them, we walk with them, and they're able to come to our meetings very close to their homes and have that relationship, that one-on-one relationship. And I think where we are today as a country, that it's more important now more than ever to get involved, and your voices and actions are needed and need to be heard. And so, you know, what I did was really do my research. I had great mentors known as Secretary Clinton and Justice Sotomayor, which I read their books as my Bibles. And I thought that I would try to mirror their life or the best of my ability to do so. So definitely do your research. Reach out to women. You know, I'm more than willing, and I know you as well, and many others are willing to answer questions and lead them in the right direction. There are great programs, whether it be in the state or out of the state, that really want women to run and women's empowerment, but also not just women. There are other programs that want anyone and everyone to run as well.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a dream, go with it. And like I said prior, it's run with it and fight like hell, because you need to. You need to be able to know that that's what you're going to do.
And we're running out of time, so one last
Yeah.
question, but where would you like to see yourself, let's say, in 10 years? What's the goal for you?
Wow, in 10 years.
Or less time, you pick a year.
No, it's great. I think right now I'm focused on being the best council member I can be for my city of North Glen. And beyond that, I would love to have completed my education portion of my life. I'm currently in a master's program, so seeing that come into completion, and also maybe law school.
Love
Yeah.
it. Wonderful.
Awesome. Well, thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so much
coming
for
on.
having me.
Very first episode.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Great to have you.
I love it.
Perfect.